Our friends at Vonixx were kind enough to provide the leather cleaner as well as their leather coating that we're going to be using today. And of course, this mini series is sponsored by Vonixx. Now, I generally keep my cars pretty clean, so this is not going to be like a really grimy, 10 years of neglect kind of leather rescue. But this is going to show you the basics of keeping your interior and leather really clean. Let's get started. The first step is to get everything out of the interior of the car. So go ahead and empty your cup holder, your center console, anywhere where we're going to be cleaning. You don't want to be working around the stuff you're trying to keep in there. There are leather surfaces everywhere in here. These will all need to be cleaned or at least wiped up. And because it's been a minute since I've done this cleaning, there's dust everywhere. The seats right now don't look too bad. We'll start with vacuuming, and the floor mats are disgusting, so let's remove them and figure out if we need just the vacuum or if we need to wash them as well. Right now, these carpets still look pretty decent. I think they should be washed soon. And I think I'll do a separate video for that showing you guys a carpet wash. For now, I think we'll get away with brushing and vacuuming, so let's do that together. Now you can take these carpets, put them out of the way so you don't get them dirty, vacuum all around the floorboards. If you're an at-home DIY detailer, an easy toolless trick to get all the little dust particles and other junk up and into your vacuum is to use your hands to bang on the seats. Then just vacuum up the debris. Go around and vacuum the rest of your car just like I did, and then we'll move on to cleaning our surfaces. Once you have everything vacuumed up around the whole car, you can move on to light cleaning of surfaces that aren't particularly dirty. For this, I'm going to use an interior detail spray. In this case, Adams makes a product that I'm quite happy with. A little bit of moisture on modern cars is not really a big deal. Like, you can absolutely do this. Cool little S emblem on here. Make sure that's nice and clean. Get into the crevices of like our chrome trim and all that. Take advantage of the stabby parts of the brush. And these are all areas the driver uses quite a bit, so it's good to get in here. And just think about everything the driver touches. So you've got all these stocks back here that are definitely worth cleaning up. Smudge City on those turn signals, because this is not a BMW. I actually use them. I'm gonna work the trim around my digital dash here. Now to get the screen itself, same with this screen. I don't wanna spray it directly on. I just don't like it. Sometimes it gets a little too wet and smudgy. Use a non-marring brush. You don't wanna use like a wheel and tire brush or something like that. It may actually scuff and scratch this stuff, and you probably aren't looking for that effect. If you're working on an older car, maybe be a little more conservative with how much you spray. Sometimes those connectors just aren't very good. Don't be afraid to shoot some into the cup holders and really get in there, because those get so dirty. Don't forget to do these areas like the doors. Get all around the car, get all these surfaces clean with your detail spray of choice. With the basic scrub of the car completed with detail spray, it's time to move on to the heavy duty cleaning, and we're gonna be using this leather cleaner from Vonixx. Always a good idea to shake things up. Let's brush this on. I think that's what we'll do to keep it from dripping everywhere. I don't think it's a big deal if it does drip. We are gonna clean it up, but I think brushing it on is a good move, especially on like a vertical surface like this. Get it all over the leather on the wheel, because obviously it's a high contact surface. I think we've been roughly at 30 seconds. I don't know if that'll come through, but there's gunk. If you have an older vehicle with a lot of older natural leather, sometimes it's a good idea to test a test spot. That's a lot of the skin oils coming off again. Not sure how much, let me bring it out a little. Not sure how much that's showing up on camera, but this was a brand new clean Terry. The wheel now looks great, other than some of the scuffs and scratches from, you know, wearing a watch. I just did the shifter real quick, and that gunk is just off the shifter there. My seats have this nice quilting. Yours might have perforations for ventilation, and things can get a little stuck in there. The quilting's not as bad as the perforations, but still, you get gunk. And I really recommend using an interior brush like this for the seats. So we'll grab our brush and start getting in there. Don't forget, if your seat opens up, definitely get in there too. This stuff is a little tacky. I think maybe wetting it with a detail spray or similar could help it be, oh my God, look at that. I was so wrong about the seat being less gross. Just look at that grossness. That's absolutely awful. Wow. Okay, apparently, you know what, I think it was from the front here where my bare legs touch it, because I wear shorts a lot. Just looking at that from here, I can tell how clean that seat is. And I just want to show you what came off one bottom of my seat. That wasn't even the whole seat. I mean, look at that. That's all those skin oils, all that gross stuff. All right, let's do the upper part of the seat. So we'll spray it on the same way we've been doing it. And you know, some will go on the bottom, but it's okay. And I just like to spread it around a little before I get the brush on it. Sometimes the brush just works it in too much in one spot. I think our seats look pretty great. The top of the seat still had gunk. I mean, pretty evident, not nearly as bad as where my legs go. Continue working your way around the car. Do the rear seats, do the passenger seat, do the gear shift selector. Any areas where maybe your legs are rubbing on some leather, for example, the door trim leather is a big one. Get all that leather cleaned up. The Vonixx V-Leather ceramic coating is specifically made to be soft enough when it cures to be used on leather surfaces, such as the soft steering wheel or our seats. It can be applied two different ways. You can apply it and then wipe it off with a terry, or you can leave it in for a more satin look if you prefer kind of a slightly shinier finish. And I think I'm gonna go for that satin look rather than the more natural wiped off finish. What you're gonna get here is your typical ceramic coating bottle as well as some sponges. I think there are two, and I'll just be using this one to show you on the wheel, and then we'll do one of the seats. Shake the product up. So with the bottle open, we're gonna apply some to our Vonixx pad here. Let's take a look and see what happens on our steering wheel here. Go ahead and coat over the Audi S symbol, getting rid of some of the extra I got on parts that I didn't really want to do. And then we just want to flatten it out so it doesn't have kind of weird tiger stripes or spots. I'm going to do my gear shift over here, might as well. You really want to make sure you're not leaving high spots and that you flatten all this out. So go through, and with seats you can do that usual crosshatch pattern that you might do on the surface of your car. But the reason is, if you leave a high spot, it's gonna look like a stain. Like for example, if I left that spot there, it would be a high spot and look kind of like a stain. Typically, you can add a little more solution early on if you catch it quickly and spread it around, but it's best to just get it right the first time. Seems pretty good to me. I can already see it drying really well. The steering wheel looks pretty dry, actually. I'm gonna take a few minutes to do the rest of the car. We'll come back and see how it looks dried. What I've shown you today is a basic process for maintaining your leather upholstered car. So many cars today come factory with leather upholstery, whether that's natural leather or synthetic leather. Usually it's a blend unless you have a very, very high-end car. And the processes I showed you today are the basics all of you can follow to maintain a clean leather interior for years to come. You know, this car is now 5 years old. My interior still generally looks pretty great. Are there wear spots that you can't really fix? Yeah, you can't add material back. But overall, I think my car still looks fantastic in and out. And it's so important that you follow these steps because as things deteriorate, it's so much harder to get them back to looking like new. The process I showed you today will not only maintain resale value, but I think it puts you in a different mindset, and not just you, but people that get in your car. A lot of times I see people stop maintaining their vehicles even a year or two into owning it, and people will kind of treat their cars like a dumpster. Their kids will do it, people that get in there will do it, and maybe it's that broken window theory. Is that what it is? If I'm wrong, like leave me a comment and let me know. But there's something to that. I noticed that the same people who treat, their car like a dumpster, or their kids that treat their car like a dumpster, will get in my cars and go like, wait, can we have a soda in here? Like, is this allowed? And it's like, I'm not a tyrant. You can have a soda, be an adult, be a grown up. People come in with dirty shoes, whatever, I don't care, because every time I wash the car, I'm gonna vacuum. And then every couple of washes, I'll cover the whole interior with detail spray and I'll clean it all up. And then as the seats need another treatment, I'll go ahead and treat them again. Let's talk a little about the Vonixx products themselves. I thought the leather cleaner did a fantastic job. And you saw, hopefully you saw, I still don't know how it's gonna come out on camera, but all that guck that was coming on the Terry, that's all those skin oils. It all came mostly off the parts that your bare skin touches, your hands, the back of your legs, on the seats. This is a little more evident on lighter colored seats. Like when I stepped back after using the leather cleaner, I was like, oh yeah, some parts of these seats are like a shade lighter now. Furthermore, the coating itself, very easy to use. I really love the way everything looks. That satin finish is nice. The stuff is nice to the touch. The coating does need a 72-hour cure period, so I'm not gonna be sweating all over it or like spraying it with detail spray quite yet. But it is a very easy to use product, and I'm overall pretty excited. The looks are really killer. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, remember to hit that subscribe button, click like, and I'd love it if you left me a comment with your favorite interior detailing tips, because I think we can all still learn something. If you're new to my channel, I do a lot of really nerdy detailing product review videos where we test all kinds of elements of detailing products. I do DIY how-to videos like the one you saw today, and I do a lot of car mods as well as car maintenance videos. There is something here for everyone that loves cars, so I hope to see you again really soon.